That's what a real lost city looks like!
Colombia, a land of vibrant rhythms, breathtaking landscapes, and passionate souls, is a country of paradoxes. Often misunderstood, it's a place where history, beauty, and challenges coalesce. The title might evoke images of wild revelries, but Colombia's essence is deeper and more intricate. This video dives into a Colombia that's beyond its cliches, where every alley whispers tales of resilience, every dance speaks of joy, and every gaze hints at untold stories. Journey with us to uncover the vibrant, diverse, and sometimes unexpected layers of life in this enigmatic land. Historical overview. Colombia's history is a tapestry woven with threads of indigenous cultures, Spanish conquests, and the unyielding spirit of a people seeking freedom. Long before the Spanish set foot on this land, Colombia was home to a plethora of indigenous tribes. The Muisca, Tairona, and Quimbaya were just a few of these ancient civilizations that flourished, leaving behind rich legacies and invaluable treasures like the famed El Dorado legend and intricate goldwork. In the late 15th century, the course of Colombia's history shifted dramatically with the arrival of Spanish explorers. In 1499, Alonso de Ojeda and Juan de la Cosa were among the first Spaniards to venture into Colombian territory. Over the subsequent decades, a series of expeditions led to the establishment of Spanish colonies, forever altering the cultural and social fabric of the region. The Spanish quest for gold and riches brought both prosperity and devastation. While cities like Santa Maria in 1525 and Cartagena in 1533 blossomed into significant colonial centers, the indigenous population grappled with conquest, disease, and subjugation. The winds of change began to blow in the early 19th century. Discontentment with Spanish rule was brewing, and the seeds of revolution were sown. Figures like Antonio Nariño and Camilo Torres Tenorio were among the early torchbearers of this uprising. But it was the formidable leadership of Simon Bolivar and Francisco de Paula Santander that truly galvanized the movement for independence. The struggle was intense, spanning almost a decade, with the Battle of Boyaca in 1819 marking a decisive victory for the Colombian revolutionaries. In the aftermath of the battle, Colombia, along with present-day Venezuela, Ecuador, and Panama, formed Gran Colombia, a republic that envisioned a united future for these territories. Under Bolivar's leadership, Gran Colombia promised a new dawn for the people. However, internal political differences and regional tensions soon began to strain this union. The dream of Gran Colombia was short-lived, and by the 1830s it dissolved, giving way to the birth of individual nations. The following century for Colombia was marked by political tug-of-war between the conservative and liberal parties. This rivalry occasionally descended into civil wars, shaping the political and social narrative of the country. One of the most significant events of this period was the assassination of a liberal leader in 1948, which ignited the infamous Bogotazo riots in Bogotá and plunged the nation into a period of unrest and violence. However, amidst the challenges, Colombia's indefatigable spirit prevailed. The nation witnessed several transformative moments, from the rise and fall of notorious drug cartels to peace negotiations with rebel groups like the FARC. The journey was fraught with complexities, but it bore testimony to Colombia's relentless pursuit of peace and stability. Today, while the echoes of the past reverberate in its cobblestone streets and historical monuments, Colombia stands as a testament to resilience. The country, which once bore the scars of colonization and internal strife, now proudly showcases its rich heritage, drawing from its indigenous roots and colonial influences. In understanding Colombia's history, one gains a profound appreciation for its present. The tales of bravery, the sagas of revolution, and the stories of endurance all converge to paint a vibrant picture of a nation that time and again rose from the ashes, holding steadfast to its dreams and aspirations. Modern Colombia: Transformation and Challenges. The Colombia of today stands in stark contrast to its turbulent past. This nation, once infamous for its association with drug cartels and internal conflicts, has undergone a metamorphic transformation, emerging as a beacon of resilience and reinvention on the global stage. This remarkable journey, however, is characterized by both unprecedented progress and persistent challenges. Medellin, a city nestled within the verdant Abura Valley, exemplifies this transformation. Once dubbed the most dangerous city in the world due to the dominance of the Medellin cartel led by the infamous Pablo Escobar, it has now metamorphosed into a hub of innovation, culture, and urban development. Projects like the Metro Cable, a cable car system linking hillside communities to the city center, have not only improved accessibility, but have also become symbols of hope and progress. The city's vibrant art scene, epitomized by street artists and performers, showcases its pulsating energy and creativity. Yet, despite its remarkable turnaround, Medellin grapples with disparities. While upscale neighborhoods like El Poblado boast modern skyscrapers and gourmet restaurants, some outskirts still bear the brunt of poverty and crime. Bogotá, the nation's capital, mirrors this duality. As the political and cultural epicenter of Colombia, it pulsates with activity. The city's historic district, La Candelaria, with its colonial architecture, contrasts sharply with its modern skyscrapers, reflecting the melding of the old and the new. Universities, theaters, and museums dot its landscape, making it a melting pot of intellect and culture. However, alongside this dynamism, Bogotá confronts challenges. Traffic congestion, pollution, and socioeconomic disparities remain persistent issues, underscoring the need for continued reforms. The transformation of these cities isn't merely architectural or infrastructural, it's deeply societal. The youth, empowered by education and technology, are at the forefront of this change, becoming entrepreneurs, artists, and activists. They carry with them the hope and ambition to redefine Colombia's narrative on the global stage. However, the road to transformation is fraught with challenges. Economic inequalities persist. While Colombia boasts a growing middle class and increased foreign investments, a significant portion of its population still lives below the poverty line. The Venezuelan migrant crisis has added another layer of complexity. With thousands seeking refuge in Colombia from the neighboring nation's turmoil, the strain on resources and services intensifies. Environmental concerns loom large, too. Colombia's rich biodiversity, with its Amazon rainforests and Andean peaks, is under threat from deforestation, mining, and climate change. Protecting these ecological treasures while fostering economic growth is a delicate balancing act that the nation must master. Another significant challenge is the fragile peace process. While the 2016 peace agreement with FARC rebels marked a historic milestone, its implementation has been rocky. Splinter groups, drug trafficking, and disputes over land and resources continue to stoke violence in some regions. The quest for lasting peace remains an ongoing journey, demanding concerted efforts from all stakeholders. Yet despite these hurdles, Colombia's spirit remains indomitable. The nation's tourism sector is booming, drawing travelers with its diverse landscapes, rich culture, and warm hospitality. Initiatives promoting sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, and digital innovation are paving the way for a brighter, greener future. Economic dynamics and cost of living. Colombia, often heralded for its lush landscapes and rich culture, presents a multifaceted economic tapestry that is as diverse as its geography. The story of its economic progression intertwines with the financial realities its citizens grapple with daily, reflecting both the opportunities and challenges inherent in a developing nation. The Colombian economy has seen its fair share of highs and lows. Historically reliant on exports like coffee, flowers, and emeralds, the nation has gradually diversified its economic base. Today, oil, coal, and gold have joined the roster of significant exports. Additionally, sectors like technology, finance, and tourism are witnessing a surge, bolstering the nation's GDP. Yet, amid this economic dynamism, the cost of living remains a pressing concern for many Colombians. Bogotá, the bustling capital, while offering myriad opportunities, also commands higher living expenses. Rent, especially in upscale neighborhoods, can rival those in some European cities. However, as one moves away from the urban centers, rental prices drop considerably. In cities like Cali or Bucaramanga, a comfortable apartment comes at a fraction of the cost of one in Bogotá. Food and groceries, staples of any household budget, are generally affordable. Local markets brim with fresh produce, and it's not uncommon to find tropical fruits, grains, and meats at prices that would seem astoundingly low to a Western observer. However, imported goods carry a higher price tag, reflecting the costs of transportation and tariffs. Public transportation, ranging from the expansive bus network in Bogotá called the Transmilenio to Medellin's innovative metro cable system, offers affordable commuting options. Still, rising fuel prices and the growing middle class's aspiration for personal vehicles have led to increased car ownership, which brings its own set of costs and challenges. One of the significant economic realities many Colombians face is the fluctuating exchange rate. The Colombian peso's value against the dollar or euro has seen periods of volatility. For tourists and expatriates, this can mean stretching their foreign currency further. For locals, especially those involved in import businesses, it can translate to unpredictability in costs. Wages in Colombia provide a contrasting picture. While the nation has seen a rise in its average income, largely driven by urban economic growth, the minimum wage remains modest. As of my last update, it hovered around 1 million pesos a month, equivalent to a few hundred US dollars. This wage, when juxtaposed with rising urban living costs, underscores the financial tightrope many walk daily. It's not uncommon to find families supplementing their income through informal sectors, be it street vending, artisanal crafts, or gig work. An essential factor in Colombia's economic narrative is remittances. Many Colombians have ventured abroad, seeking opportunities in North America, Europe, or other Latin American nations. The money they send back home often acts as a lifeline for families, supporting education, housing, or simply daily expenses. Inflation, too, plays its role in the economic landscape. While the Colombian government and its central bank have taken measures to keep inflation in check, external factors, from global oil prices to geopolitical events, can influence it, impacting everything from the price of bread to monthly utilities. The cost of living in Colombia, thus, is a tale of contrasts. The burgeoning middle class, fueled by education and global exposure, aspires for and often attains a lifestyle akin to their global peers. Simultaneously, many Colombians, especially in rural areas or marginalized urban zones, navigate economic challenges that have roots in historical disparities and global economic dynamics. Unique experiences and destinations. A journey through Colombia is like flipping through a book of enchanting tales, each page revealing a destination more mesmerizing than the last. While its cities pulse with modern vibrancy, it's the hidden gems and iconic spots outside the urban hubs that often capture the traveler's soul. Among Colombia's mosaic of experiences, Guatapé stands tall, both figuratively and literally. A couple of hours' drive from Medellin transports one to a world of color and tranquility. This small town is famed for its zócalos, vibrant baseboard designs that adorn most buildings, each telling a unique story. Yet, it's the El Peñón de Guatapé, a colossal granite rock towering over the landscape, that is the town's crowning glory. Those who brave the 700 steps to its summit are rewarded with panoramic views of the labyrinthine waterways and islands below, a man-made wonder born out of a flooded valley. Then there's the mesmerizing River of Five Colors, or Cano Cristales, a natural spectacle that has to be seen to be believed. Nestled within the Serranía de la Macarena National Park, this river transforms into a vivid palette of reds, blues, yellows, and greens during certain months. The magic behind this chromatic display is the Macarenia clavidra, a unique aquatic plant that, under just the right conditions, bursts into radiant red hues. To witness the river during its full splendor is to experience nature's own art show. Further south in the heart of the Amazon rainforest lies Leticia. This frontier town, where Colombia meets Brazil and Peru, offers an unfiltered experience of the Amazon. Whether it's cruising down the Amazon River, feeling the might of the world's largest river system, or trekking through the dense forest with indigenous guides, Leticia offers a doorway to the mysteries and majesties of this vast ecosystem. Not far from Bogotá, the underground salt cathedral of Zipaquira beckons with its spiritual and architectural allure. Carved within a salt mine, this subterranean wonder is a testament to both human ingenuity and faith. The dimly lit naves and chapels, illuminated by strategically placed lighting, create an ethereal ambiance, making a visit here both a spiritual and sensory experience. For those seeking solitude and pristine beaches, Colombia's Caribbean coast offers the idyllic archipelago of San Andrés and Providencia. These islands, with their turquoise waters, coral reefs, and laid-back vibe, are a paradise for divers and beachcombers alike. The Afro-Caribbean influence, evident in the music, food, and local Creole, adds another layer to the island's charm. Moving from the coast to the mountains, the Cocora Valley in the Coffee Triangle presents a landscape straight out of a dream. Home to the towering wax palm, Colombia's national tree, the valley is a symphony of green, with cloud forests, hummingbirds, and rolling meadows. And as one would expect in the heart of coffee country, the local brew is as fresh as it gets. Finally, for a dive into history, the lost city or Ciudad Perdida awaits the intrepid explorer. Older than Machu Picchu, this archaeological wonder was the heart of the Tairona civilization. The trek to reach it, winding through tropical forests and indigenous villages, is as much a part of the experience as the ancient stone terraces themselves. Each of these destinations, from the iconic to the offbeat, tells a story. They speak of Colombia's rich tapestry of cultures, its deep reverence for nature, and its undying spirit of resilience and rejuvenation. For the traveler willing to venture beyond the beaten path, Colombia unfurls a world of wonder awaiting discovery, daily life and culture. Colombia, a land of contrasts where Andean peaks meet Amazonian jungles and Caribbean coasts, is as rich in its daily life and culture as it is in its geography. A day in the life of a Colombian can vary vastly, yet there are threads of tradition, warmth, and resilience that weave through the fabric of their everyday existence. Morning in Colombia often starts with the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee, testament to the country's status as a premier coffee producer. In cities like Bogotá or Medellin, the bustling streets come alive as vendors set up stalls selling arepas, empanadas, and other street foods, providing quick breakfast options for those on the move. Yet in smaller towns or rural areas, mornings are often unhurried, with families gathering for a hearty breakfast, sharing tales and plans for the day. As the day progresses, the rhythm of life adjusts to the region's demands. In coastal areas like Cartagena, the sweltering midday heat might mean a siesta, followed by a late afternoon resurgence of activity. In contrast, the temperate climate of Medellin or the chill of Bogotá ensures a steady hum of activity. The central plaza or park in any town or city becomes the focal point, with children playing, vendors selling trinkets, and elderly folks discussing politics or local gossip. Family is the cornerstone of Colombian culture. Evenings often see extended families gathering for meals, where multiple generations share stories, laughter, and traditional dishes. Food plays a pivotal role, with regional specialties like bandeja paisa, a hearty platter from Antioquia, or cazuela de mariscos, a coastal seafood stew, taking center stage. Celebrations are frequent and vibrant, reflecting the nation's zest for life. From the Barranquilla Carnival, a riot of color and dance, to the Festival of Flowers in Medellin, where intricately designed flower displays are paraded through the streets, there's always an occasion to celebrate. Music and dance are deeply ingrained, with cumbia, vallenato, and salsa rhythms echoing through the streets, inviting everyone to sway, step, and lose themselves in the melodies. Religion, predominantly Catholicism, plays a significant role in the lives of many Colombians. Festivals like Semana Santa, Holy Week, see elaborate processions and rituals. Yet alongside this, there's a deep respect for indigenous beliefs and traditions, especially in regions like the Amazon, where nature and spirituality are intricately linked. Art and creativity are deeply valued. From the vivid street art that adorns Bogotá's walls, bearing messages of resistance and hope, to the artisanal crafts of regions like Boyacá, where intricate pottery and hand-woven goods are made, there's a celebration of artistic expression. Yet daily life isn't without challenges. Colombians have faced decades of internal conflict, and the scars, both emotional and physical, remain. In many cities, there are neighborhoods where poverty and crime are stark realities. The resilience of the Colombian spirit, however, shines through. It's evident in the community-driven initiatives in areas like Medellin's Comuna 13, once a hotbed of violence, now a beacon of hope and transformation. Interactions in Colombia are often characterized by warmth. Whether it's the greeting of "Hola, amigo" or the customary cheek kiss, there's a genuine friendliness that permeates social exchanges. This warmth extends to visitors, too, with many Colombians eager to showcase their country's beauty and counter any lingering stereotypes. Life in isolation, the Mystery Island. Amidst the expansive Atlantic, miles away from Colombia's bustling cities, lies a speck of land where time seems to have paused, the Mystery Island. Remote and isolated, this island presents a unique tapestry of life, untouched by the modern world's frantic pace and bound by its own rhythm. The island's very isolation has cultivated a sense of tight-knit community among its inhabitants. Around 1,200 souls call this place home, each one relying on the other not just for companionship, but for survival. Here, the Western world's often touted values of individualism give way to collective welfare. When one fisherman's catch is bountiful, it isn't just his family that feasts, but the entire community. When a storm threatens, every hand, young and old, pitches in to reinforce shelters and secure boats. Life on the Mystery Island revolves largely around the bounties of the sea. Fishing is not just an occupation, it's a tradition passed down through generations, an art that every child learns as they grow. The azure waters around the island teem with marine life, and the daily catch forms the centerpiece of most meals. Freshly caught fish, grilled to perfection over open fires, seasoned with herbs found on the island, make for a simple yet delectable feast. Yet the very ocean that sustains life here also presents challenges. The island's isolation means that resources are limited. Fresh water is a precious commodity, collected from rain and carefully rationed. While the sea provides food, it also brings with it the threat of hurricanes and rising sea levels, a stark reminder of the changing climate's realities. Modern amenities are sparse. There's no sprawling hospital with state-of-the-art facilities, only a modest clinic manned by a dedicated medic. Serious medical emergencies often mean a perilous journey to the mainland, with nature's whims dictating the journey's safety and speed. There is no formal government structure, and the islanders self-govern, making decisions at communal gatherings under ancient trees, their branches bearing witness to countless deliberations over the years. Yet amid these challenges, the island pulsates with life and joy. Children's laughter echoes as they play on sandy beaches, their games a blend of old traditions and new influences. Music is integral, with evenings seeing impromptu gatherings where stories are shared and dances celebrate life's ebb and flow. The island's isolation has led to the evolution of unique cultural practices. Traditions that mainland Colombia might have outgrown are preserved here, like age-old rituals that mark life's milestones, from births to deaths. The island's oral tradition is rich, with tales of ancestors, spirits, and legends passed down, keeping the past alive. Yet, the outside world isn't entirely alien. Solar panels dot rooftops, capturing the sun's energy and powering homes. The internet, though not as pervasive as in urban areas, offers a window to the world beyond, bringing with it both opportunities and challenges. Young islanders exposed to global cultures and aspirations often grapple with the pull of the wider world and their roots tug. Visitors to the island are few, and their stay is capped at 10 days, a rule whose origins are shrouded in mystery. Perhaps it's to preserve the island's delicate balance, or maybe it's born out of age-old wisdom that understands the impact of prolonged external influence. Regardless, those fortunate enough to experience the island leave with memories of a world where life's rhythms are dictated not by ticking clocks but by the ocean's waves, the wind's whispers, and the community's heartbeat. The social context of sluttiness. The term sluttiness, particularly in the context of Colombia, invites a complex interplay of cultural, historical, and socio-economic interpretations. To understand this term in the Colombian milieu requires a nuanced exploration, moving beyond stereotypical representations to delve into the heart of societal norms, expectations, and perceptions. Colombia, with its vibrant mix of indigenous, African, and Spanish influences, has a rich tapestry of cultural expressions. Beauty and sensuality have always held a significant place in Colombian culture, often celebrated through music, dance, and fashion. Salsa, cumbia, and vallenato, the country's iconic dance forms, exude passion and sensuality. In such a context, the lines between celebrating one's body and sexuality and the perceptions of sluttiness often become blurred. Historically, Colombian society, influenced heavily by Catholicism, has upheld traditional values around modesty and purity. Women, in particular, often found themselves at the crossroads of societal expectations to be both sensual yet reserved. In urban areas and among younger generations, there's a visible shift with more liberal attitudes towards sexuality. However, in rural regions and among older Colombians, conservative views still hold sway. The term sluttiness in many cultures and societies, including Colombia, is often weaponized to control and critique women's autonomy over their bodies and choices. It's a label, sometimes carelessly applied to women who defy conventional norms, be it in their attire, behavior, or life choices. While some women in Colombia have reclaimed the term, wearing it as a badge of empowerment and resistance against patriarchal norms, for many it remains a derogatory label, a reminder of society's judgmental gaze. The country's troubled past, marked by internal conflict and drug wars, has also impacted societal perceptions of morality and sluttiness. During the era of narco-trafficking prominence, narco-beauty became a recognized standard, where ostentatious displays of wealth, often combined with specific physical attributes, became aspirational. The women associated with cartel members, sometimes by choice but often by circumstance, faced both societal fascination and disdain. They were often judged, their life choices reduced to labels, with sluttiness being one among them. The socio-economic landscape of Colombia further complicates the discourse. For many women, especially in impoverished regions, survival sometimes meant making difficult choices. Some found themselves pushed into the world of sex work. Here, the term sluttiness becomes even more contentious, where the lines between choice, circumstance, and societal judgment become entwined. These women, often trying to provide for their families, faced societal ostracization, their profession becoming a marker of their morality. It's also worth noting that Colombia, in recent years, has witnessed a feminist awakening. Women, both in urban and rural areas, are challenging societal norms, questioning labels, and reclaiming narratives. Conversations around terms like sluttiness are being redefined, with a push towards understanding and empathy rather than judgment.